What role do you think the NHS can play with regard to awareness from a prevention point of view rather than cure?
The NHS as a whole can't possibly do everything under the sun for every single healthcare issue out there. I mean, charities are very vital in that sense, and other organisations and individuals are very vital to help raise awareness of any healthcare issue, as long as it's done correctly. However, what grinds my gears and why MBEEDS was set up is because males are still reduced to the fact that eating disorders are a female concern, and the NHS have a lot to answer for in terms of how they raise awareness of that on their websites and literature, for example, and just how their general attitude towards it is. Some NHS professionals, without naming anybody, are very ignorant, and in the sense that they believe just because there are a higher number of females coming forward that it's just a female concern, and that because only a small number of males will come through the hoops, that it's female orientated. The actual reason for that, from our understanding since the charity began in July 2013, is simply because men don't feel they have the voice there. Men don't feel that they can seek help at their GP, mainly because GPs are ill-educated in recognising male eating disorders, and a lot of NHS professionals don't feel comfortable or knowledgeable enough to deal with eating disorders from a male perspective. Although eating disorders as a whole are, they do have general, a thread through them all, regardless of gender. The attitude towards the support out there for any gender is very female orientated, and particularly in Scotland, from what I've found. I think the NHS could do more to prevent eating disorders through raising a more balanced view of eating disorders. Getting males, young boys, young girls and females involved and showing that it can happen to anybody, and that it's a very dangerous illness, and it should be treated the same as any physical illness that you can see. Just because it's a mental illness doesn't mean to say that it's not life-threatening, and eating disorders are very life-threatening. The project actually comes from, believe it or not, the This Is Me positive body image group, which are based in Aberdeen. And I'm very good friends with Jacqueline Fulton from that organisation, and we've been having an ongoing charity partnership with that organisation ever since, because one of our core values is to promote a positive attitude to body image, and This Is Me is a positive body image project. And I was quite inspired by the recent calendar for the Needs Scotland charity, which, having spoke to Jacqueline, who I found out was very musically trained. Music's something which is quite close to my heart, because music helped me as a sort of form of therapy through my own eating disorder. Nothing else did, but music did. So I thought, when I spoke to Jacqueline, how can we help to raise more of a positive image of male and female body image as a whole? And we'd come up with an idea to release a charity single. As usual, I am full of huge ideas, and I pitched the idea to Jacqueline, and I then went into the studio and started working on a track. Now, taking 3 different versions of a track, I was absolutely happy with how the general instrumental version of the music should sound. I then released that onto a group called EDOR 2014, of which I then invited people slowly into the group and pitched the idea that we would write a charity single as a group of people who have suffered eating disorders or body dysmorphia, that the lyrics would then be chosen and executively decided upon by Jacqueline Fulton, so that it has a sort of coherent story to it, but it tells each individual story with an eating disorder as best as it can. I think that coordinating the project in the beginning, I was a bit naive, because it's been a huge project now. We're finished the recording stage of it. I pitched the idea with the Nobody's Perfect charity and Men Get Eating Disorders too, with Sam Thomas. Sam Thomas agreed to help support the charity single, but due to travel and things, it would be quite difficult So Nobody's Perfect agreed to help with the funding for the venue in Glasgow, which we were absolutely grateful for, and helped arrange some of the choir to come along for Glasgow, and I arranged the Aberdeen venue. And as a whole, recording began on the 25th of January on Burns Day and completed on the 26th of January in Glasgow. And as a whole, people have overcome not just their own experiences of eating disorder, but actually through recording this single, have actually overcame so many confidence issues themselves, and it's been brilliant to see that both on camera and in sound, because the sound of the single is very important. You can actually hear people's tribulations with that eating disorder itself. It's very close to their own hearts, and many people believe in that cause. The actual coordination of the project has been huge, and the venues have changed and things, but you know, nothing's ever going to go to plan. You can only plan so far. But what's been brilliant about this project is that we've had people from all over Scotland, from Inverness, Fort William, Aberdeen, Dundee, Glasgow, Edinburgh, East Ayrshire, and so on forth, involved in this entire project, that all came to the two venues in Glasgow and Aberdeen and met middle of the road to help raise awareness of positive attitude to body image in males and females, to help raise money for charity and help raise awareness of eating disorders itself.